Welcome to Blog. Today I'm looking at, just smaller. At least I've got a few more of these blanks in place. I was almost beginning to think I've forgotten about it, but there's lots of coming soon, so. But at least we're getting some of these, at least sort of in theory, to be done later. But I've got some more down here. Look, there were 3 of them. There's that one. And they're all, I can never even remember what it's called, Nagorno-Karabakh. Anyway, I just done this one, so it's one less to do. But it looks quite interesting. Maybe it's not as dense as all this, but again, lots of drones. The interesting thing about this actually is that let me see if I can get it. Yeah, I think I just found it. It's this, and I really like this. But obviously, this is the area. But if you look into it, it's got this. This is the front line. Well, this is what it says the front line is. Now, my thoughts, well, maybe it is the front line. Maybe that's exactly what it is. But the combat we're dealing with takes place down here. And so it said they came down here. They did all this. So maybe all this is not front line anymore. Maybe there's nothing there to hold. But that's the thing I did yesterday, actually. I put this scenario in. So if you look at that, it looks like that. If you zoom in a bit, all of a sudden that bit goes up like that. And that's sort of missing. Like that, it's got that. So it looks as though they've sort of gone for Nebula. So that's why I put that scenario in. So it's interesting that it's got this front line of the Nagorno-Karabakh war, but it doesn't have a date. So I did this bit yesterday, but we're dealing with this bit. See, there's the lake. There's the lake there. So what we're dealing with is Soltanli. I actually quite like these maps. Sometimes wish I could just use these maps, but it's copyright, and there's also sort of the concept of intellectual property. I don't like using other people's things because it always feels a bit tacky to me, even though it's like more impressive than my maps. It's I don't have a problem with other people leveraging free maps like this for their own purposes, but as I have a background in cartography to some extent, I sort of understand that these things take a lot of effort to make. Just nicking them is sort of, I'd rather do my own, an interpretation. I think that's fair enough. What I like most about maps, to some extent, in this modern age, is how different these maps are between one platform and another, in particular Google. I'm sure Google are removing place names and roads, and I can remember reading something about a cartographer who was warning people about the effects of things like Google on mapping systems, in that they can just change the maps, and they are moving place names. You can go into Google and you don't see anything of any importance or relevance, but you'll see the sandwich shop or the hairdressers noted up on there. They're just trying to distort everything. You might sort of think, oh well, they're doing it's all for our good, but is it? No, not really. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't realise this was. Oh god! I didn't realise this was a river. No, there's a river under there. So I might have to redo that as a river. Doesn't matter, I'm not going to go over it, but okay. Anyway, I'm just going to play it. I think I'm not going to put too much thought in, but I think the first thing to do is to, I haven't used my drawing tool for a while. I like my drawing tool. Can't see it. Okay. So obviously there's the front line, so it's not very big. So I think what to attack. Well, I think a full frontal assault is in order, but I think what I'm going to try and do is I want to play a maneuver game. So obviously the breakthrough area is going to be here. But that's not to take things, that's just to sort of maneuver. So I'm going to move as much stuff as I can this way by keeping a constant pressure here with the drones and the artillery. And then moving in when there's absolutely nothing left. So to open up a gap here, might be difficult. In the first instance, what can I blow up down here? Right, I was going to put 4, but I think 4's too much. 4, because I don't like putting too much under one thing. So I'm going to put 3 drones onto these, and then the rest are going to go over in this sector here, I think. Although I am going to focus on taking out some air defense units. So 3, and there's a visible air defense unit there. Are there any more? It's him, but there's 2 in there. I'm definitely going to go for that stack. 3, and everything else on that. Ooh. So 4 air defense units covering that. It's tough. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, I don't know. Let's see what I can do artillery-wise on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to attack anymore with my drones because I don't want to lose them. But I want to cause damage with them, so there's virtually no damage against those units. 3. Oh, that's what I was dreading. Right, I'm going to go for everything against that stack. I have upped the odds. That's because they're at quarter strength. That would have been a 2. So I've lost a drone. Okay. More frustrating than I thought. Oh, I'm always tired. As soon as I start doing these videos, I get a massive fatigue attack. It must be because it's draining in some sense. Okay, well, it's difficult to get over there. It's going to be a long, drawn-out shuffle, I think. I mean, I reckon these can't go more than 1 hex. Yep. So no one's really going to be able to go more than 1 hex. Now, is it going to be worth attacking that? I mean, they're basically fresh. Got some engineers. Oh, I didn't want to move him either. What's going on? Okay. Do I want to attack there? The thing is, they get a big bonus when you attack anti-tank units. But we're not anti-tank, we're not tanks, we're just infantry, and we're a 4. So the odds there should be okay. Let's just do it. Yes. And he retreated across the border, across the river that I didn't put in. Okay. Now this means we can do this. Now, that changes things slightly, because they are hit slightly. But I'm not going to attack because they can't really attack back, so I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so the Armenians, what can they do? Well, let's consider counterattacks. Well, that's a stupid place to leave artillery. Look at that big gap. But our line is very thin. It's very thin. And we also want to shore up this hole. I don't know why they're like that. I thought I had them in a convoy, a significant convoy. So movement is very restricted in these hills. Okay, but we don't have any artillery. I forgot to put in artillery. That's a pain. I don't want to play it anymore. Not if there's no artillery. Because they can actually just continue with that strategy with impunity. When you've got to be able to at least whittle away, you've got to make that at least there is some sort of cost of having a front line. Plus I'm tired. I can't believe how tired I am. So I'm going to go to sleep. Speak later. Cheerio.